Welcome to Miniature Mashup. The new year's almost upon us, and I'm taking this opportunity to look back at a project I wish I could have shown you, but never had time to put it on the show. So let's do a reflection on my first monster.
It's going to show you how versatile the craft can be. Toilet paper rolls, toilet paper, white glue, hot glue gun. We are going to make something just badass out of just junk. So let's go to the table and we will start crafting a giant purple worm. Now I'm going to do something with the mouth here, so I'm going to kind of fill that in with a bit of hot glue. Alright, so I'll go down the carapace. Now be careful you're not getting on those ridges, alright? I'm going to...
Of course!
So that was me getting my mind blown by DM Scotty. Before I watched his video, I never thought about making my own miniatures. I'd converted miniatures and I'd made my own terrain because I'd played 40K and Necromunda. Those games sort of demand that you create your own terrain. They also demand that you take out a second mortgage because some of those miniatures cost as much as dinner and drinks at Red Lobster. Seriously, I defaulted on my student loan just so I can get this Demon Prince. Totally worth it. Best HQ in the game. These doorways I cast out of lead. They were sand cast. And the doors come out, even though they're just photographs. They're held on with paper clips that are crazy glued to the back. And the original model was made out of Mega Blocks. So I used Mega Blocks to make an indentation in sand. I poured molten lead in, and I painted what came out. They're pretty neat. This guy here, his throne, rather, is made from lost foam casting with lead, and I assure you it does sit up on its own, and just probably not on the couch so much. And there's a bead glued to the end there. That's a frost giant from Thor, and then there's a ribbon for a cushion. That's what my frame of reference was for miniatures, because back in the day they were made out of lead, and so I was working with lead. It wasn't until I saw an episode of DM's Craft, episode 73, where DM Scotty uses cardboard and hot glue to create a purple worm, this giant purple worm.
How giant that is compared to those adventures.
Okay, it's not about the size of the monster.
Put him over there.
Yeah,
look at that. Look how huge that is.
Oh, man.
Now that is really a purple worm, not one of these wimpy ass
It's a big purple-veined joke worm. The context I had for hot glue was it was something my girlfriend used to make her Wonder Woman armor, so comic book nerds could check out her assets. Chances are, if you watch Miniature Mashup, you're probably also watching the DM's Craft, but just in case you haven't seen DM Scotty's Purple Worm video, I'm putting a link in the description below. Take a second to watch it now, because what's coming up in this video will have a lot more value if you do. Oh, don't pause it just yet. See if you can time it so it looks like I'm picking my nose. So wasn't that a fun video? I'm glad you're back. We've missed you. I don't know. Anyway, here's my take on that very same project. Instead of using Scotty's elaborate construction with hot glue and cardboard, I cheat to get my organic look. My body segments are made out of scrap brush from the yard. There's two of them right there. This one and that one. I do use his cardboard scalloping for the back carapace, however. That technique is priceless. That was great. And the legs are made of plastic beads, as are the sphericals on the side, and so are these three eyes. The mouth tendrils are taken from a Dr. Octopus miniature out of the Handfuls of Heroes line. The head is from a piece of termite-eaten stump, which, no lie, came out of a graveyard near my home. The hair is vine flock, which I just spray painted black. These are real stones. This is actually cheap clay-based kitty litter for flocking. These are gum tree pods, these little bushes, this little scrub around him. And I spray painted the whole thing black, and I base coated it brown, and you can pretty much see what other colors I've added there. Now, obviously I didn't follow the directions very well, But I don't think that was what's important. I'm happy with how it came out. The important thing was that I learned that I could make these miniatures myself. Dungeon Masters may be the most innovative group of people around. I mean, you make your own worlds, you make your own pantheons, and you populate them with your own deities, you make your own legends and your own monsters, and then you run out and you buy a piece of plastic crap from the store. Why buy a miniature if you don't have to, Don't give your hard-earned money to Chinese slave labor so they can joyously slap paint on something. A little passion into it, especially, do you really need to hire somebody to make oozes and golems and jellies and things like that? Buy a hot glue gun, steal some cardboard, make your own. Sign off on this episode, I'd like to acknowledge the online community of tabletop crafters out there who are sharing their techniques and discoveries. You people have made it easier than ever to enrich our games with miniatures, and I'm watching, I thank you, and I'm stealing your ideas. So I'm the Fungeon Master, have a happy new year.